Prompted by the East Palestine derailment, New York Governor Kathy Hochul sees the light on rail safety. Problem is, she didn't see the light in her own state. Let's show this headline. Hochul vetoed key rail safety bill. New York Governor Kathy Hochul calls for new rail safety regulations after rejecting legislation requiring trains to be staffed with at least 2 crew members. We can't make this stuff up. This is real, folks. In the wake of the recent train derailment and toxic chemical release in East Palestine, Ohio, New York Governor Kathy Hochul called on the federal government to enact stricter restrictions on hazmat trains and said that safety is her top priority. Her transportation commissioner said that under Hochul's leadership, the state is laser focused on safety in all modes of transportation, especially rail safety. I wonder what prompted that. Thank you to The Lever for this excellent coverage as they have been doing. Julia, rock, you rock, baby. Less than 3 months ago, though, don't let the truth get in the way of a good story. Less than 3 months ago, Hochul struck a different tone with her veto pen, the proposed 2-person crew bill, which the governor rejected on December 9th, 2022, would have required most freight trains to be operated by at least a conductor and an engineer, a safety measure that both rail unions and bipartisan lawmakers supported. Rail companies and business groups opposed. Now, team, just keep that up for just one more second. Let's just go back to that just one more second. Now, I want y'all to understand this. The woman vetoed a bill that the rail not the workers in the rail industry, right? Less than 3 months ago, we all old enough to remember less than 3 months ago, she had a different tone in 2022. Maybe for real, maybe she's seeing the light. Y'all can put it down. Now the rail workers support it, but the rail industry does not. It might have something to do with the owner donors. That's just me saying that. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, but I think I'm right. We cannot make this stuff up. 2-person crews have passed in states around the country, and the federal government is currently considering its own, as rail companies have slashed their workforces by nearly 30% in recent years and are operating longer and heavier trains with smaller crews. Rail unions, federal regulators, and lawmakers have argued that the minimum staffing laws are essential for maintaining safety, and we know that to be true. Now, you would think that the geniuses leading the rail industry would know that safety first is good for business, but obviously they don't get it. But more importantly, it is imperative for the workers. But oh no, that would be asking too much of these robber barons, because that's what they are. And good news on the New York legislature for passing the bill anyway, despite their governor. The New York bill passed in May with bipartisan support, approved by margins of 48-13 in the state Senate and 121-28 in the Assembly. It met fierce opposition from the rail industry. No surprise there. Now, Hochul had all kinds of excuses for why she vetoed this much needed safety measure. This is what she had to say. Hochul said that in her veto memo that federal lawmakers and pending rulemaking preempt state 2-person crew legislation, an argument the railroads and their lobbying groups have used to oppose state staffing bills. But 2-person crew laws have been enacted in other states without legal challenges, sweetness. And legal experts disagree with Hochul's assessment of the preemption. Go ahead, rock on, Lever, do your thing. Now, James Lewis, the national vice president of the 57,000 member Brotherhood of Locomotive Engineers and Trainmen, told New York Focus that by citing the preemption issue in her veto memo, Hochul may be helping the industry fight crew size laws in other states. Underline, bolded, exclamation point. You see what this brother just said? This governor. Now, she could have went in a whole nother direction and just dared them to come in and challenge it. But oh no, the owner donors got the best of her. But now she sees a politically expedient opportunity opportunity to jump on in here and pretend like she was for rail safety all along when she had the opportunity to do the right thing in her own state. Now, James Lewis went on to say she had the opportunity to improve rail safety and she let it go, said Lewis, who lobbied for New York's legislation. If she feels safety is important, we could get that bill reintroduced. Go ahead, James Lewis, put it on the spot. Reintroduce and put it through, except now the railroads are using her argument that it's preempted. Mayor, I'm glad this VP calling her out and saying, you know what, boo, if you really care, put the bill back on the table then.
Listen, sister, you just articulated exactly what's wrong. The only thing I would add is this is a form of voter suppression. When voters see their legislators vote for something overwhelming that benefits people over profit, and then the governor vetoes it until the cameras are in her face, this is absolutely disgusting. Hochul knows for a fact, I promise you, her legal experts told her this is not preemptive. That is not good law. We just watched a federal court uphold two-person legislation in Wisconsin as law, as you can do this at a state level. 5 or 6 states have already done this. It is absolutely disgusting that she took this road. And I tell you what, this right here should be on the ballot. This to me, this idea that you've changed your mind is all this is politics at its worst. And people need to say something and be against her and also have their memory long. She put business interests over people, not just in New York, because railways don't stop there. In poor towns, poor counties all over this country, just like what's going on in East Palestine.
That is exactly right, Mayor. All this is political expediency for her because she doesn't care. She's the governor of the state of New York. She can make things happen. She can set a path for things to happen. And when you're doing the right thing, say, challenge me. There's a such thing, Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. used to always talk about just laws and unjust laws. Getting that from St. Thomas Aquinas. There's always a way, if in fact you want to do the right thing and use power in a way that edifies and lifts. But she went the other way, and now she sees a political opportunity. She don't no more care about the people of East Palestine as she does about the people of New York or all over this country, as you said, because the railways go everywhere. This is just for her political expediency, and you said it, Mayor, best. It is disgusting. New York, don't y'all forget. Now, y'all could have had Jumaane Williams for your governor. I'm just saying. I just got to tell you. You coulda, shoulda, woulda, but you didn't. So this is what you're getting right now.